Sarrià Stadium was a football stadium in Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. The stadium was the home of RCD Espanyol from 1923 to 1997, and was located in the district of Sarrià. The stadium was named after the road in which it was constructed, which linked Barcelona and Sarrià. Construction began on 31 December 1922 under the supervision of architect Pascual Menes, and the cost was 170,000 pesetas. The initial forecast capacity was for 40,000 spectators, but due to the bankruptcy of the construction company, the initial capacity was only for 10,000 spectators. The opening game was played on 18 February 1923 with RCD Espanyol beating UE Sants 4-1. The first goal scored by Vicente Niwan. In 1929 the club won its first cup in Spain. On 10 February, at the stadium, Pitas Prats scored the first goal of the first Spanish league title. However, although the club won several Catalan championships, they had to wait until 1940 before winning the second cup in Spain. Successive enlargements. In 1948, Espanyol under club president Paco Sáenz repurchased the stadium, which until then belonged to River family, for 5 million pesetas. In 1951, terracing behind the south goal was demolished, and a new grandstand was built, which was overlaid in 1956. In 1960, floodlights were installed. During the 1960s, several outstanding players such as Caetano Marshall, Rodilla, Jose Maria and Peck played at the Sarrià Stadium, but especially noteworthy were Ladislao Kubala and Alfredo Di Stefano, who finished his career there. Manuel Melo, the president at the time, completed the southern tier raised above the new gallery, installed the lower side and reconstructed the north stand, all in 12 years. The 1980s and 1990s. 1982 World Cup. The most memorable moments in the history of the Sarrià Stadium were when it hosted the 1982 FIFA World Cup. The stadium held the 3 matches of Group C in the second round-robin matches, with 3 of the favorites for the cup playing in this group: Argentina, Brazil and eventual champions Italy. The key game was the third, in which Italy defeated Brazil 3-2, in a match widely regarded as one of the best ever played at a World Cup. But the Sarrià Stadium was heavily criticized for being too small to host these matches, as these matches were packed to capacity. Unlike the Sarrià's sister venue, the Camp Nou Stadium, which hosted 3 European teams in the stage of round-robin matches, the stadium ended up hosting, unsurprisingly, none of the Camp Nou's second round-robin matches contained more than 65,000 of the Camp Nou's 100,000 total capacity. Other events. The stadium held the first leg of the 1988 UEFA Cup final, where Espanyol played Bayer Leverkusen. Pink Floyd performed at the stadium during their A Momentary Lapse of Reason tour on July 20, 1988, and 3 days later George Michael performed at the stadium with his Faith World Tour. Sting performed at the stadium during the Soul Cages tour on June 12, 1991. The venue hosted 5 football matches at the 1992 Summer Olympics. Demolition and Sale. The club's financial problems forced the company to sell the stadium to property developers. The last game played in Sarrià was against Valencia on 21 June 1997. Espanyol won 3-2, and the last goal was scored by visiting defender Ivan Campo. The club then played at the Montjuïc Olympic Stadium until 2009, when it moved to the Estadi Cornellà El Prat.